Here, we find a boy. His world is black. It has been that way ever since he can remember. There may have been a point in his life where it was not this way, but those memories are long gone. In his dark, black world, he questions. He questions his purpose, his reason. He pursues answers in every direction, but his world is dark and black. He stumbles around in the darkness in order to find the answer he's looking for. As he wanders in the dark, he runs into blackness. He does not understand it, but he hopes this blackness will bring him closer to the answers he's looking for. He hopes this blackness will give him comfort. And it does, for a while. But then the blackness leaves him hollow, more hollow than he was before. He continues on his own again, stumbling through the darkness. Each blackness he runs into leaves blackness on him. He is confused by it at first. He remembers the emptiness that it left in him, but he sees no other option. So he moves on to his next black encounter. Here, we find a boy. His world is black. He is curled up on the floor of his black world. He is covered with the remnants of his blackness. It crawls all over his body as if it is alive. It is in his hair, under his fingernails, on his tongue, and in his nose. It has a terrible smell. He cannot see it, but he knows that it is black, just like everything else. All of a sudden, fear rushes over him. His blackness is causing him to die. He can feel the blackness as it penetrates his skin. He panics. He starts scratching at himself. He claws at his blackness that is causing him to die. He pulls, he scrapes, he tears at his blackness with a fury, but no matter how hard he tries, it will not go away. As his fingers pass over his blackness in an effort to remove it, it fills in after his fingers have gone. His attempt is vain. And yet, he scratches, he claws, and he tears. The smell becomes so strong that he vomits. This blackness, it is slowly killing him. Here, we find a boy. His world is black. But today is different. He sees something puncturing the darkness. He cannot believe his eyes. There, in the distance, is something he's never seen before. It's light. It was as if someone had taken a pin and pricked the edge of his dark world. He has never seen light before. What does it mean? Where did it come from? As he ponders this phenomenon, he glances down at his hands, at his blackness. He can see it better now. It is covering him from head to toe. It is consuming him. He sees his blackness fully revealed for the first time. He lifts his head to see it surrounding him, all of the blackness that he has become so familiar with. It is a disgusting sight, such vile blackness, his blackness. He panics. He continues his ritualistic scratching and clawing, but he is met with the same result, the same smell. He removes some of it only to have more replace it. He can now see his blackness. He turns in a panicked run. He needs to get away from the light. It has shown him his own blackness. He runs past all of the filth that has now become illuminated. He can see it for what it really is, a staining, disgusting blackness, the same blackness that is covering him. He must get away from the light, so he runs. Here, we find a boy. His world is black, but he has stopped running. He is exhausted. With the light now at his back, he looks out over an entire world of blackness. Even if he had the strength to keep on running, what would he be running to? He knows the blackness. He knows the emptiness that lies out there awaiting him, and he is tired of running. But then, his gaze rises to the light source. He sees something that he has not seen before. There, in the light, is a man. The man is standing in the light with his arms open. The man said 3 simple words. "I love you." The boy could not believe what he had just heard. A multitude of questions blazed through his mind. "How can you love me with all of this blackness? Do you not see who I am?" Just then, the boy became aware of something. Inside his chest, there was a yearning to know more about this man. Somehow, he knew this man would have the answers he was looking for. Despite his fear, He crawled towards the man. His blackness shrieked. He could feel his blackness trying to pull him back. He moved again. Yet another shriek. A piece of his blackness fell off. It hurt. Several more pieces fell off. It hurt even more this time. Every piece of his blackness that fell off was painful. There were times when the pain was so much that he thought about stopping and giving up. But he would look up, see the face of the man, and press on again. He wanted nothing more than to know the man in the light. He wanted to touch him. He wanted to smell him. He wanted to embrace him. He wanted to know this man and be known in return. He continued to push forward. He was and is driven by 3 simple words. I love you.
Here, we find a boy. But this time, his world is no longer black.